What's up, you guys? Like, comment, and subscribe to this. I talk about very controversial things, not too controversial, but I talk about things that, cancel culture is high. So, I would appreciate the support. So, like, comment, and subscribe. But, yeah, to jump right into the topic, man, it seems like men don't have rights anymore, like, and especially in like relationships. Like, you can't, like, for if a woman, let's say an American woman that says that she wants to like date a Russian dude or something like that, or an Italian dude, you know, as American man, we just sit back and it's no, we don't feel no way about it. Like, we don't really get jealous or anything, or we don't really like look down on Italian man or Russian man or whatever. And when it's an American woman that says that she wants to, experiment with that, we just sit back and you say, okay, do you. However, when it's a man that says that he wants to like date women overseas or something, or like a Filipino woman or something, we get we get assassinated for our character gets assassinated for that, and you get a lot of like backlash for it. And then there's a lot of like mean things says, and a lot of untrue things, and like people jump to conclusions or whatnot. And yeah, man, it's like it's just crazy. Like, that double standard is crazy, you know. And it's, if on the personal example, it's not that, like me, I would be open to like dating overseas, especially in the Philippines, because like, and this is even risky to say, because if you're a man, and if you say like things that you desire in a woman, you could get canceled for that. But that's why I ask you all to like, comment, and subscribe to support the YouTube, because I'm going to say it right now. One of the main things that I appreciate, or that I look for or desire in a woman, is a feminine woman. So like, when you tell a lot of women out here that gonna go to the Philippines, and not necessarily just to date, but you're open to, if you meet a woman out there, you're open to dating her, they would get like very masculine and like argue with you about it, and say like, oh, they're very poor or something, or they don't even know how to speak English. And it's like, that's the very reason why that's the very reason why a guy would be, kind of like at a point in his life where he would rather, date overseas. And this, I'm not talking bad about American women at all. Like, you guys are, American women, they're beautiful people. It's just that the culture of America, the expectations, the unreal expectations, it's like a lot of women will disrespect a guy, say that, they'll disrespect a guy. They won't treat a man like a man, but when it's beneficial to them, they would say like, oh, why you not being a man when it's beneficial to them? Like, they'll talk down on a guy, or they would uh say like some crazy things, or argue with a guy for no reason. I'm not saying all women are like this, but a lot of American women are like this. Comment if I'm lying. I would like everybody's input. But yeah, so they'll argue with a guy, they'll disrespect a guy, they'll talk down on his name and everything. But when it comes to like paying for, like, not, I've never been in a position where I have to like pay for, a girl or anything like that. But it's even family, like aunts, grandmas, uncles. I'm not no aunts, grandmas, mother, or whatever. I seen, them disrespect the male in their family. But when it's beneficial for that male to be a male traditionally, like paying for like a bill or something, that's when they say like, oh, you're not being a man. But you don't treat that man like a man when he wakes up. So it just opens the door and window of opportunity to drive like real men that still desire femininity, to go to places like is it East Asia, or these Asian countries, and desire that, because it's becoming popular opinion that those women are feminine and submissive. And a lot of people are going to say like, oh, submissive means control. But submissive doesn't mean control. Submissive, let me simply put it like this: a submissive woman is a woman that's allowing a man to lead through his masculinity, and she's submitted to that man. And submitting in a feminine way, whereas the guy is submitting in a masculine way, meaning leading, protecting that lady, willing to take a bullet, and basically that woman is submitting and allowing that man to be his masculine self. The problem with femininity and masculinity is that there's a balance, meaning that if you're in a situation which is really common in America where you got a lot of women that want to be masculine, there's going to be, let's say it's a 50-50. If the woman wants to be 75% of the masculinity, the guy is going to be 25% of the masculinity, meaning the woman will be typically more masculine than the man. And then those very women that don't submit in a feminine way and let those men be masculine, those very same women will complain about man not being man, meaning man not being masculine. So as a guy, you just reach a point where it's like, man, because if you argue, if you talk about it, you get canceled, and your name gets thrown around everywhere, and you get teamed up on or whatnot. But like it's just like it drives to the conclusion like you would rather. It just makes a lot of sense to look overseas, man. And I'm not one of those people that's like desperate that has to look overseas, because you could find a girl anywhere, especially in America. But it's like you hear a lot of complaints that people just want to do one thing only. But when that one thing only is all that you got to provide, meaning you haven't been taught to submit to a guy or anything like that, or even not just submit, let's just say respect a guy, it's like what to a guy, what point of it of being a long relationship is it, So yeah, that's the purpose of this video. I don't want to make it too long. Um, yeah, just basically as a guy, we don't have a lot of rights. We really don't have rights at all. And I want you guys to tell me if you agree or disagree with me, because I do get a lot of slack on this, like a lot of women do. I work in a field where there's a lot of women, so a lot of women do disagree, and I don't want to disrespect them, and I hope you guys don't disrespect them in the comments. But I want a lot of men to chime in on this. I want a lot of women to chime in on this. If you're from Asia or anything like that, or wherever you're from, tell me if you agree or disagree. Man, woman, please comment, like, and subscribe. I want, this channel is to share information and to provide context. I want my story to be out there. I am discreet, but stuff like this, I want it to be out there because I want my story to be told in my videos to be on there. So there's no wondering what I said. I want you to see the video to exactly see how I said it. So this video is going on, it's going to be about 8 minutes, but yeah, like, comment, and subscribe. Tell me if you agree or disagree. If you're in the Philippines and you, um, see that typically happen, you see that trend happening, tell me. If you're a guy from America or anywhere else in the country that moved to like the Philippines and got in a situation or relationship with a Filipino, tell me why did you do it and what you think about it, or do you agree or disagree with me. But yeah, peace out and God bless everybody. Like, comment, and subscribe. Peace out.